Good day C3 parents, I'm your coach Karien Pitout and welcome back. We are having a conversation about sleep training, so kick off your shoes, relax and just join the conversation. Have you done something like sleep training? What was the outcomes and what questions do you have regarding sleep training? Let's dive right into the conversation. We're going to cover three things today in the video. We are going to look at the biological needs and processes of sleeping. We're going to look at gentle sleep techniques and then end of day routines, something that we all can benefit from. If you find any value in this video, please hit that like button and share it with your friends. Let's dive right into it. So let's get to the history. History, biology. The biology of the brain, actually sleep is the process of sleeping through is basically a biological milestone that your child has to reach. Research has shown that between the ages of 3 and 7, that milestone is fully complete and matured. Some kids obviously ahead of the curve, some kids might be behind the curve, but the process of sleeping is actually a little bit more defined than what we are usually led to believe. The brain of people, actually even adults, wake up throughout the night because sleep actually works in cycles of 3 hours or 3 cycles. A light sleep, a deep sleep and a light sleep. Adults have a brain maturity, most have the brain maturity, where their brain actually link those sleep cycles. And when we actually look at our children, it is a milestone that their brain is still learning. Neurons learn to fire together and grow together so that they can make that bridge and connect their 2 different sleep cycles. So sleeping through the night actually is viewed if a child sleeps for at least 7 hours straight. So that gives them the light sleep, the deep sleep, the light sleep, the connection period, light sleep, deep sleep, light sleep. Most children slowly but surely start building that ability up as they grow older. So really bad news for most of us. Yes, waking up every 3 hours at night is normal. There's obviously other high needs babies or high needs moments where we have sleep regressions or when a baby really struggles to sleep without having someone with them. And that is why we are going to look at sleep methods or sleep training methods that can actually help you as a family and help your child get the sleep they need and deserve. What is a gentle sleep method? Gentle sleep methods basically means that parenting does not stop when our child is sleeping. When it gets dark outside, unfortunately, our job as parents does not stop there. So being responsive, being reactive. Ideally speaking, we talk about contact sleep or otherwise room sharing, whichever is your family's preference. Contact sleeping, some children when they go through regressions, they will prefer contact sleeping. You know, when you got your baby asleep and you put them down and they wake up immediately and they cry for you. With contact sleeping, the idea is that you have a baby carrier where baby can sleep right on your chest while you carry on with your day to day. If it's during the day, at night it might have to be that you are holding them until they are fast asleep. Try to put them down and basically lie next to them for a little while until they've settled, and then you ease yourself off the bed. You know that time bomb, that ticking time bomb. You ease yourself away if you do not do bed sharing, if you do room sharing. Room sharing also enables you actually to get more sleep, because if baby wakes up and struggles to connect their sleep cycle, it is much easier to get baby back to sleep in this process. Another thing that really helps teaching the brain to connect those sleep cycles is not even using a small light to do a diaper change at night. So you're gonna have to become a ninja. When the baby wakes up at night, there should be as minimal to no light as possible for doing whatever you need to do to get baby back to sleep so that they can see, so that you can actually use the words like, oh, it's dark outside, we need to continue sleeping, we need to sleep. A lot of the things that we do is we as parents get overwhelmed with the idea that, oh my child is awake now and they seem like they're wide awake and now it's 2 o'clock in the morning and they can't fall asleep again and they want to crawl around and those things, and then we switch on the light and we go and watch TV with the kids, or we basically feed into their inability to connect those sleep cycles. So ideally speaking, even if they look wide awake when they don't connect the sleep cycle, is to use hushed voices when you try to get your child to sleep again. For a baby and a child, especially under the age of 3, to fall asleep by themselves at night without the support of a parent can be extremely difficult due to where their brain development is and how their brain interprets the absence of a parent figure or a caregiver to them. They actually experience it in their brain as a threat and that they are vulnerable and that they can end up being eaten by the lion, even though we are indoors and it's actually safe for them. Keeping contact, staying with your kid, helping them to fall asleep. It is not a bad habit that you are creating to be with your child until they fall asleep. When we do not pay that kind of attention to our kids when they're trying to fall asleep, we are teaching them that they're on their own, and when it's bedtime they are more vulnerable, and it actually increases the type of separation anxiety fears that they have as they grow older, because separation anxiety is actually part of their learning and growing process. So being present, being there, and responding to the sleep and creating a safe space where they can sleep. And I hear you, it's like, yeah, but I tried all of this and my kid just kept on trying to play. What you then do is, because you are battling and fighting them to get them to fall asleep, they immediately go like, but I don't want it, and they push back. Their brain, for some other reason, not some other reason, that's just how it is, then connects the dots and say, almost like fear of missing out, FOMO. They are scared that you're going to leave them again, especially if you do not do room sharing, where they sleep in a separate room and you do not get to share the room or the space with them, and it increases their anxiety that when they wake up they're alone, which means they're vulnerable. That is how their brain interprets it, whether it is fact or reality that they are vulnerable by waking up alone or not. Their brain interprets it as a threat. So ideally speaking, room sharing, if they do wake up, then you create a space where it's safe for them to bumble about a bit, get bored, and then come crawl back into their sleeping spot or wherever it is. So make a safe space for them to explore without entertainment. Many a family has moved their mattresses down on the floor, literally boarded up put up plug protectors, made sure that the room that they're occupying with their kid is a safe space, close the door with the kid in the room with them, turn around and continue to sleep, and let the child crawl about a bit, and they eventually do get bored, and then they will crawl in bed and start sleeping again, or come crawl next to you and sleep again. The more we react, the more we engage, the more we make it fun for them to be awake at night, the easier it is for them to swap around day and night, the easier it is for them just to continue not sleeping, and actually delays the sleep cycle connection period. So connection, touch, sleeping, being in the same room, having a safe space for them should they go through a sleep regression where they try to stay awake at night. You have a safe space for them to bumble about and get ready to fall asleep again. End of day routines. When we talk about bedtime routine, we talk about the little nuance that happens in between. Dim the lights if you can, or have less lights. Maybe switch off the overhead lights and only have lamps switched on. Because what happens is the darker it gets and the less light it has, more melatonin gets released in the brain, which is the sleep hormone, and you want it to kick in. So you want the sleep hormone to kick in. So you've got dimmed lights. Obviously, screen time before 2 hours to 3 hours before bedtime should be removed, because that blue light actually keeps them more alert, keeps them more awake, and actually enables them to fight against sleep a bit more. And if you are a kind of family that wants music, you can put on soft music, not music with fast beats, like really slow and calming music, meditation music even, to create the atmosphere that we as a family are now slowing down. Our day is slowing down and getting ready for bed. There is one of the videos that I will link for you at the end. There is a video that's bedtime massages that helps just the body to reconnect and to calm down. I did it on a teddy bear. So where it actually just gives a message to the body like, hey, it's bedtime now, we need to calm down and we need to smooth down. We read our storybook, and if our children gets riled up and excited with the storybook, that's okay. Let them get excited, let them talk about the storybook, and then slowly but surely then help them process the day as it goes. And then we switch off the lights, but we stay with them until they're asleep. You can do it by sitting on a chair in the room, you can do it by sitting on the bed next to them. That is dealer's choice, that is your choice. But having that process of we're slowing down, we can even start speaking slower when we start speaking to them. Not doofus slow, but just have our conversation, just slow down a bit. More quiet periods, less talking, less jumping, and just slowly make your process slower. And that is how you get them to the sleep time routine. There is kids that even if you do this, they do struggle still to fall asleep. There is an amazing channel on YouTube. I'm not affiliated with her at all. We as a family use them. It is Elaine Martin. There's a link down in the description so that you can go check out her videos. It's really awesome. It has helped us as a family. I myself even use it those nights when my brain just doesn't feel like it wants to switch off. It's meditative sleep stories. And the kids love the stories on her channel, so I can honestly and sincerely recommend her channel to you as the parents. And that is where I'm going to end today's conversation. Remember to hit that like button, it really helps out this channel. If you want to continue this journey with me as your coach, we have a parenting club where you get an extra video per month, you get a podcast, you get a workshop, or at least a parenting one-on-one sessions with me. Check out the descriptions, there's a link to the club down below, and come join the community. I look forward to meeting you and having you part of this community. Guys, please stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.